Scene script. Picture two men, both at the helm of the world's most powerful nation, but as different as night and day, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Our tale begins with Donald Trump, a name synonymous with business empires, reality television, and of course, politics. Born into a wealthy family, Trump's journey to the Oval Office began far from the corridors of power in the cutthroat world of real estate. His background in business, particularly his ability to command attention and negotiate deals, played a significant role in his unexpected political rise. Trump's leadership style, well, let's just say it's as bold and unorthodox as the man himself. He's known for his unabashedly direct communication, often bypassing traditional media to speak directly to his followers. On the other side, we have Joe Biden, a man who has spent the better part of his life in service to his country. Biden's path to the presidency was paved with decades of public service, starting as a city councilor and climbing his way up to the vice presidency before finally becoming the 46th president. His leadership approach is a stark contrast to Trump's. Biden leans heavily on diplomacy, empathy, and a deep understanding of the political system honed over many years in office. He's been known to work across the aisle, seeking consensus and unity in a time of deep political division. In essence, we have a businessman turned politician and a career politician, each bringing their unique experiences and perspectives to the highest office in the land. Trump with his brash approach and pro-business policies, and Biden with his emphasis on unity and decades-long political service. Trump's leadership, shaped by his business acumen, often challenged established norms, while Biden's, crafted over a political lifetime, seeks to restore those norms and unite the nation. Two men, both leaders, yet so different. How did their careers and political stances shape their tenure as presidents? As we delve deeper into their stories, we'll explore this question and more, unpacking the qualities, decisions, and policies that define these two distinct leaders. From towering skyscrapers to the highest seat in the land, let's delve into Donald Trump's journey. Before he became the 45th president of the United States, Trump was a familiar name in real estate. His business career began in the heart of New York City, where he took over his father's company, transforming it into the Trump Organization. His ventures spanned across property development, sales, and marketing, with his name gracing the facades of countless buildings. However, Trump's name became a household staple not just because of his business acumen, but also due to his foray into reality television. As the host of The Apprentice, Trump's unfiltered personality and catchphrase, "You're fired," kept audiences glued to their screens. Yet the world was in for a surprise when Trump announced his presidential run in 2015. His campaign, while controversial, was undeniably successful in capturing the attention of many Americans. His promises to make America great again resonated with a significant portion of the electorate, leading to an unexpected victory in the 2016 election. During his presidency, Trump's major policies were as bold as his personality. He vowed to build a wall along the Mexican border, initiated a travel ban targeting several predominantly Muslim countries, and made sweeping tax cuts. His stance on climate change was met with global criticism as he withdrew the United States from the Paris Agreement. Trump's approach to foreign policy was no less divisive. He took a hard line on China, sparking a trade war, and his interactions with North Korea oscillated between threats and diplomacy. His handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, however, became a significant point of contention in his final year in office. Trump's unconventional path to presidency certainly made waves, but what about the career politician who succeeded him? From the Senate to the vice presidency, and finally the presidency, Joe Biden is a true political stalwart. Biden's political journey is a testament to his unwavering commitment to public service. His career in politics spans over half a century, beginning in the early 70s, when he became one of the youngest people ever elected to the U.S. Senate. During his time in the Senate, Biden served as the chair of both the Judiciary and Foreign Relations Committees, where he played a crucial role in shaping U.S. foreign and domestic policies. In 2008, Biden's political career took a significant turn when he was chosen as the running mate of then-presidential candidate Barack Obama. As vice president, Biden worked hand-in-hand with Obama to steer America through a tumultuous period marked by economic crisis and international tensions. Together, they implemented policies aimed at economic recovery, healthcare reform, and climate change mitigation. 8 years later, Biden's political journey came full circle when he was elected as the 46th President of the United States. His presidency, though still in its early stages, has been marked by a continued commitment to the issues he championed as vice president. Biden has set ambitious goals for climate change mitigation, pledged to strengthen healthcare, and vowed to rebuild international alliances. Throughout his political career, Biden has shown a consistent commitment to bipartisanship, often reaching across the aisle to build consensus. This approach has not only shaped his political strategies, but also his major policies. From the Affordable Care Act to the Paris Climate Agreement, Biden's political stances have consistently reflected a focus on comprehensive solutions that cater to a broad spectrum of the American populace. Biden's journey paints a picture of perseverance and dedication to public service. But how do these two leaders truly compare? Let's delve deeper into their policy clashes and ideological differences in the next segment. From immigration to healthcare, from climate change to foreign policy, Trump and Biden have had distinctly different approaches. Let's begin with immigration. Trump's policy was characterized by a hard-line stance. He advocated for the construction of a wall on the US-Mexico border and imposed travel bans on certain countries. Biden, on the other hand, has taken a more inclusive approach, pledging to roll back many of Trump's policies and proposing a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. Moving on to healthcare, Trump spent much of his term attempting to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as it's commonly known. He argued it was costly and ineffective. Biden, who was vice president when the act was passed, has worked to defend and expand it, believing healthcare to be a right, not a privilege. Now let's discuss climate change. Trump withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Agreement, a global pact to combat climate change, arguing it was detrimental to the U.S. economy. Biden, however, made rejoining the Paris Agreement one of his first acts as president, signaling his commitment to addressing climate change. And finally, foreign policy. Trump's approach was often described as unpredictable and unilateral, favoring America First policies. He pulled the U.S. out of several international agreements and imposed tariffs on imports. Biden, however, has signaled a return to multilateralism, re-engaging with allies and international institutions and advocating for diplomacy and international cooperation. So, what does this all mean? Well, Trump's policies often favored isolationism and deregulation, arguing that this would boost the U.S. economy. Biden, on the other hand, tends to favor policies of inclusion, regulation, and international cooperation, believing these will lead to a stronger, more equitable society. Clearly, their policies show a stark contrast in their ideologies, but what can we take away from this comparison? Two men, two leaders, two different paths. What does their comparison tell us about leadership and the American political landscape? Our journey through the political careers of Joe Biden and Donald Trump has been a fascinating one, shedding light on their distinct leadership styles, policies, and the way they have shaped and been shaped by the American political landscape. Let's recap the main points. Trump, the outsider with a business background, rose to power with a promise to shake up the status quo. His administration was characterized by a hardline stance on immigration, deregulation, and a focus on American jobs. Biden, on the other hand, is a career politician with a long-standing record in public service. His presidency has been marked by a focus on unity, climate change, and global cooperation. Their differences are not just personal, but they also mirror the broader political divides in America. Trump's appeal to the forgotten man and his America First approach resonated with many who felt left behind by globalization. Biden's emphasis on diversity, social justice, and climate change reflects a shift towards more progressive values in parts of the country. The contrast between Biden and Trump is also indicative of the changing landscape of American politics. The rise of social media, the polarization of news sources, and the increasing importance of identity politics have all played a role in creating a political environment where these two very different leaders could rise to the top. In many ways, the comparison between Biden and Trump provides a lens through which we can examine the shifting dynamics of American politics and leadership. It offers insights into the evolving expectations of American voters, the changing face of the American dream, and the ongoing struggle to define what it means to be American in the 21st century. In the end, the tale of Biden and Trump is not just about two men, but about the nation they led and the times they represent.